Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. I've been talking on these topics for a decade now, but I want to go deeper. What's really going on in the world? Watch this video. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the subscribe button, the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with us for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Diving in. If you guys have been a subscriber of my channel for a while, I've been here 10 years, and I've been talking a lot about highly sensitive people, healing emotional wounds, the paradigm shift, being a system buster. I want to go deeper into this because I did write my book 12 years ago. I have not published it, and now I'm knowing that this is the time. Now that people are starting to really heal, do their inner work, and wake up, a lot more of these concepts are going to be desired and understood to anchor into what the heck is really going on. And so this is what I see. As spiritual teachers, we have to be very careful about being too positive about the world shift because there's very negative things going on. Crazy things going on. And what you're seeing is a huge breaking down of this system. It's very destructive. It's very disgusting. It's scary. It's threatening. It's terrifying. It is all the bad things, right, that make us have all the negative emotions. And this is happening because the new world order, and what I mean by that is we're going into an Aquarian age, is starting to wake up. We're starting to realize by watching these systems break down that status and money and power and control is not the way to feel unconditionally safe, secure, empowered, confident. It doesn't anchor into us a true sense of meaning, fulfillment, and purpose that is from within. And so the new paradigm is really what the work I've been doing the last 10 years is to inspire and empower and heal the highly sensitive people in the world, the people who are waking up to their purpose, waking up to the fact that there was nothing ever wrong with you. It was the system. This system was built by people who were not emotionally intelligent, truly. The system was built by people who were externally focused. The system was not built from a higher power a lot of the time. The system, if you look at it, is set up in a way to make you dependent, to make you look externally. From a very young age, the system is set up to make you basically abandon the wise guide inside, the inner guidance system, to adopt an external authority. In this external authority, you are always going to be doubting yourself if it doesn't match up to that. My experience, as many of you know, is in the school system. I was doing things differently. I was doing long division problems, completely opposite of the way I was being taught and getting the same answer, but being marked wrong because I wasn't doing it their way. So my difference was not being celebrated. It was being labeled and repressed. This made me grow up with a lot of questions about my own perception, a lot of questions of why can't I do it right? Right according to who? A system that is totally left brain that does things one way, and that is changing too. Good news. But the reality is at that age, in the 80s, when I was the only kid in school that had to be medicated to stop listening to my creative way of doing things and start trying to do it externally. So much of my healing was about healing back to the reality that my way of doing things is perfect for my purpose. It's perfect for me. I started really listening to myself because I was really tired of the doubt. I was really tired, and I said to myself one day, well, if I am different, so what? I want to do it my way because that's what feels natural and best for me. And now I've built a career on that, right? The last decade or so. But this is why I'm so passionate about empowering and healing the souls of highly sensitive people and awakened people, because there was nothing ever wrong with you. It was the system. Now we can see that the system's breaking down. Now we can see that influencers are shifting into spiritual influencers, right? We're starting to really honor the divine feminine, the divine masculine, not the power hungry externals. We're starting to really understand that abundance, law of attraction, manifesting comes from truly believing in yourself and receiving. We're starting to get comfortable doing things differently. We're starting to get comfortable with, for me, being the weird one that was spiritually focused. Now, that's kind of becoming the focus of the world, right? Really looking at your true authentic self and all the places you think there's still something wrong with it, that is your work to heal it, to see that it was never wrong. It was a system. And many people feel victimized by that, powerless, a lot of anger because of that. And that is true. You were victimized and you were powerless as a child. And that just shows me the state of the world. It just shows me that a lot of the parents were unhealed. It shows me that a lot of teachers weren't educated in emotional intelligence. It shows me that the thing you get to do now is understand this and embody this. The system is going to be different. It's going to be eventually heart-centered. It's going to be holistic. It's going to be the natural way of sensitive souls. Why? Because that is empowering. The power is within you, not externally. The power is within you and a higher power. When I say believing in yourself, a lot of people get confused because they believe their ego because they're still lining up with that coping mechanism response, that way of being safe in society. And all of that is what we need to heal and integrate so we can really, truly honor the wise guide inside. People don't know, is this my voice? Is this my intuition? Or is this my trauma response? This is what we need to work through, you guys. The first place I would go with this is either my truth room. Join me every Friday live for group talks, group healings, right? Or emotional rehab. Emotional rehab will start to tell you about society, start to tell you about your emotional imprint, start to tell you about the original wound of giving too much power to too many external authorities and really claiming the inner wise guide inside. The one that's intuitive, that's connected to source energy, spending a lot of time in nature helps with this. Really understanding your emotions and mastering them, becoming the neutral observer of everything that happened to you rather than identifying with it. When we identify with things that aren't true or secure, we suffer. We need to start to identify with the soul. The soul is having a human experience. Who was I at these ages? It's so funny as I say this because I have my little young self on my desk. 5-year-old, and it's so funny, I have my 1-year-old here too. I didn't even notice it. My little 1-year-old. You have to start looking into the eyes of your innocent one and remembering. I want to share this with you guys. It was so cool over Christmas this year. I was sitting in this reality of like, gosh, I'm doing in the world everything I used to pretend as a child, imaginary friends and like what used to play. I used to have this blackboard in my room and I would teach. I would write books and have them laminated. I would design my own clothes, like a clothing line. And this is what I do now, all these things. That is a sign when you're doing the things that make you really sink into experience of this is me. And I'm doing my full expression in the world, this is healing. When you feel blocked in any sort of expression or you're trying to repress for perfection, you're not being authentic. So we have to stop being afraid of that authentic self that got left out, that got to feel different and not enough. I was there. And we have to actually look at all those pieces that were different, not enough, not belonging, and highlight how amazing those parts of you were because you've always belonged to the universe. It was society that was the problem. I would love to hear your comments in the section below. I will be doing short reels on these videos every single day on Instagram and TikTok. So please make sure you find me there. If you want to find out about my book that's coming out, there is a link on my website at CandaceVanDell.com. There's so much else coming soon. So I'd love for you guys to interact with each other and me. This community is growing. It's amazing. I'm going to thank you again for your support, and I'll see you guys soon.